Hi everyone, Cuberto Agency here again. What's trickier, app design or website design? Well, according to our designers, websites are more difficult to create than applications. Since we don't provide our clients with any boxed solutions, and the entire design is unique and created from scratch, the sites are always more difficult. And internally, we divide all sites by creativity: minimal, average, and top. The reason why applications are easier to make is because we are limited on content and functional elements within one single screen. For example, if we spend 1 to 2 days for one iteration of the design for an application, then the site may take 5 to 6 days. In this masterclass, we would like to touch on the liquid animation again and talk about the specific mobile case where you can create events and invite friends. First, let's tackle the UX and UI design of the main screens. First, I'll open Figma. Click A to create an artboard. I'm starting with the UX of the screen showing a list of events. Each card will have a name, date, number of people, avatars, and join button. I'm duplicating the card and placing it below the other. At the bottom of the screen, I will outline the tab bar with an Add button and a couple icons. Now to the next screen, adding an event. Let's put the name of the event and its description on top. Next, I will create a card for inviting friends to the event, and the price selector below. The event price will be needed in case of a paid event, or, if a fundraiser is taking place, a donation. And I'm creating one more screen, demonstrating a list of friends with the animation. The UX is done. Normally, I would first develop the functional elements and then find a perfect background for them. Now, let's create the event card UI. It will include the name, creation date, number of participants, and join button. In order for the avatars not to blend in, I'm making a 3-pixel outline around them in the color of the card background. When the card is completed, I'm duplicating it several times to form a feed. Okay, now our tab bar obviously needs icons. Now I'm switching to the second screen. Let's copy and paste all the styles of shapes, fonts, and the rest of the elements that need to be duplicated. At the bottom of the card, I will cut a place for a circle using Subtract Selection. This part will be animated too.
Okay.
Screen 3 will basically need just the list of friends. Using the current color scheme, it's clear that a dark background is just what we need. Yep, that's much better.
Are you sure about that?
Getting back to screen 3, it needs two states. One, when no friends have been added yet, and two, when a few friends are already there. I decided to remove the event name and description to create some space. It's more important to leave a place for the list of friends. Additionally, I will show a card state with a longer event name. An even longer one will be hidden under the three dots. Finally, I will go through all the screens again and correct the indents, colors, and font sizes if needed. I'm launching After Effects, importing the screen's UI in 3x resolution as a reference, and creating a composition for them. With the help of the AEUX plugin, I'm exporting all the layers that I need from Figma to After Effects. First animation I'll make is tapping on the plus button, which is for adding friends. Adding null object. Linking all the layers that belong to the Invite Friends card to null object. Now, if I change the position of null object, then all the layers linked to it move as well. Shifting the card on top. Now, let's go to the list of friends. This is the screen where, if you remember, I previously prepared two states, creating another null object to link the rest of the layers to. It will become hidden when you tap on plus, adding keyframe size and position. To make animation less linear and more interesting, I'm using the Motion plugin, but you can use a standard graph editor. I'm selecting all the elements of the first bar from the list of friends, then clicking the O to add transparency to the keyframes. Let's set the transparency from 0 to 100% so that the new card will appear on top of the old one. Changing the background color to yellow and the font color to black. This will be the active state. Remember, background cards are currently imported just as a PNG image. Adding more keyframes to make the card with the username move to the top part of the screen next to Invite Friends. I'll increase the height of this space a little bit to put the necessary information about the added users here. Now I'll make this user pic animated to place the avatar in the center of the card. Let's sketch the liquid effect for this interaction. It's necessary for all the elements to be placed within a composition or within one layer, meaning that the card shifting to the top and the top yellow rectangle should be within the same layer. To do this, I'm opening Contents in the layer, selecting the object, and pressing Command or Control-C. Then I open the contents of the second layer and paste what was copied. Now the user pick card is within the same layer with the big rectangle, but the position is disrupted, so I'll bring it back into place. Creating the user pick card animation again so that it'll be combined with the top rectangle. And setting the transparency appearance again. Now the best part, Liquid Effect. In Effects window, I choose Roughen Edges with the following parameters. Edge Sharpness to 0, Fractal Influence to 0, Border to 60. Adding the Levels effect. Choosing Alpha in Channel. Setting the parameters to sharpen the rectangle's edges and to keep them inside the shape's borders.
Oh, that's hot.
The sketch is done. Let me try and change the color of the user pick card background and see what we get. Adding the fast box blur to make the transition between colors smoother. I decrease the border parameter to 38 to compensate for the blur effect. When doing so, I decided to create an effect of the user card dividing from its copy. This will have the same effect as when a sticker is glued to the surface and then peeled off right away. It is very important to consider the physical aspects to make a good animation in After Effects. So, what we have in the end is a rectangle always staying in place under the user card. We will need to remove keyframe positions and transparency. To enhance the mitosis effect, I draw vertical rectangles between the cards. Adding keyframe scale and position so that this effect will work out better. Now, getting back to Figma to group every name and user pick, exporting to PNG, and importing to After Effects. These exported images will be replacing the current ones when the animation starts. The effect for the first user card is done. Duplicate the layer, adapt the keyframe positions, and change the user pick and username to a different one. Doing the same with the rest of the cards. I'm once again setting the color changing feature so that it will become colorful on one tab and then back to black on the next tab. I'll now make the invited friends card bounce a little when it's merging with the user card. This will make the animation even more. effect of dividing user cards. This is basically manually setting the vertical rectangles between the cards. What I'm trying to achieve is to make it as close to the physical properties as possible.
Wow!
Stay creative and see you next time.